Trying to stay up, no training wheels. Getting love from the country to the island. Jews say they eating, I can hear their stomachs growling. Keep flying to the day they shoot you down. Leaping off the launching pad, barely left the ground. I see through all the...
Hello, thank you for tuning in to my positive perspective today. My name is Jason Darlon, and I'm seated here today with Jodi Riley, who is a happiness spiritual coach. God does the secrets to be happy. So what we're discussing today is a nationwide problem that Vice President Joe Biden has been bringing attention to in the media, and that is females that are find themselves in abusive relationships, and the statistics of that. The Florence Crittenden is a program here in South Carolina that helps women who've had their lives changed and are struggling to get out of these things, or you know, such as like maybe a pregnancy and involved from that. So what kind of advice would you have for these women, Jodi?
Well, the first thing that I would tell anyone who finds themselves in a situation, maybe untimely pregnancy or some kind of an abusive relationship, is that the first thing that you really kind of need to do is look within yourself and focus on any positive things that you have in your life that you would like to have more of in your life. And the second thing, which I think is probably more important, is that when you find yourself in one of these situations, reach out to other people. It's so often that
don't hold it in.
Don't hold it in, and it is so often that when we find ourselves in these situations that we tend to hold it in and we tend to not tell anybody because we're ashamed, and that really sometimes limits your options, because if I tell you as my friend what's going on with me, you may be able to offer me options that I haven't thought of simply because I'm so wrapped up in, you know, the adverse situation that I can't really
being
see.
Unhappy, and you're not thinking in a positive manner, and you're not thinking about your options, which, as you say, could be very, very positive, and maybe there's something you have to offer other people that could be positive, and you're not letting it go because of this situation. Right,
absolutely. And I would say, you know, go to someone that you feel like you can trust and tell them what's going on, whether it's a family member or a minister or a friend, or maybe a trusted coworker, anyone that you feel like that you could go to and say, hey, this is what's going on in my life. I need some assistance. Can you help? And sometimes, really, all you have to do to help someone is just to listen.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So you kind of answered this question already, but as members of the community, what are some things we can do to help other members of the community in these situations? That's
a really good question, because I think as members of the community and as a society, one of the things that we really need to pay attention to is that sometimes we have a tendency to judge people when they've gotten themselves into situations maybe that we think that would not have been good decisions for ourselves, or would not have been good decisions for them. And to look at that and see that you don't have to judge people when they've gotten themselves into these situations, and that can actually be a counterproductive thing. And instead of judging, that you can reach out to that person and say, you know what, I'm here to listen. I may not have much to offer other than listening, but I'm here to listen. You know, you can tell me what's going on, and I won't judge you for whatever situation you might be facing at the moment.
So basically, don't stereotype somebody who's made a poor decision or is in a bad situation and label them as hopeless or unproductive. I mean, be positive, and then convey that positivity onto others. We know from Pooja to Pooja, when you're positive, you're portraying positivity onto other people. When you're negative, you're portraying negativity onto other people.
Exactly, and what you can actually do is sometimes help people find the positive, maybe not the positive in the situation that's giving them issues, but the positivity in their own life that they want to have more of. You know? that sometimes these situations that are adverse in nature can actually propel you to a better place in your life if you're open to it.
I totally agree with that, because I was in a bad spot, but you know what? You have to just come to the realization that your situation is not that bad, and other people would love to be in that situation, and you just need to excel at it, and flourish in it. And that's what my positive perspective is all about doing. So, thank you, Jodi Riley, for joining me here. We'll hope to see you next Tuesday on My Positive Perspective. Don't forget, this coming Thursday is the Sugar and Spice Story at the Alhambra Hall in Mount Pleasant, and the Florence Cranium program will be putting it on. So feel free to come out to that. I'll be speaking at it. And that, thank you for tuning into My Positive Perspective, and have a great day.
All the little things that make us comfortable are so, they're good for the soul. Life is wonderful.